So I am now a hamster owner. She was 75% off and nobody wanted her, so I took her. And she's very interested. What is it? When it's cold, I also break out the humidifier because my skin is so dry, and this heating just ruins the way my skin functions. Hello, my name is Rick and welcome to my bedroom. On this channel, I like to review skincare products from a psychological, biological, and cost-effective perspective, so if that appeals to you in any way, I would recommend subscribing below and following me on my Instagram at rickskin_. I'm not even gonna mention it. As you can see from the introduction of this video, I'm trying to catch a vibe, as the children say. You know, I get a lot of comments about like people saying how soothing my voice is. So I thought I'd kind of amp up the rest of the elements of this video, and it's kind of getting cloudy more, and I love that weather because I just want to be like really cozy and make my tea and stuff like that. So I thought I'd kind of create a theme for this video, and that's what you're seeing, and I hope it pays off. So as you can tell by the title, today I will be doing a review of some products from Laneige. They're a line I never really was attracted to until I made my Instagram and I saw how many people were loving their products. Especially when cream skin came out, that's when I saw them the most. I feel like everybody had it, everybody was loving it. I barely saw one bad review of it. So when I saw the opportunity to get one of their sample packages or their sales kits, I jumped on that chance. I also got a full size of the water sleeping mask with it, so that was cool. So first I'm going to talk about the Fresh Calming Toner, and that is $27 for 8.4 ounces or 250 milliliters. And one of the ingredients you're going to see in this, there's not many, which is kind of why I was surprised at how much it was. And that is propanediol, which is a humectant and solvent. It's going to help draw moisture to the skin, provided that your skin is drier than the air. There's also seawater in this, and the benefit of seawater in cosmetics is that seawater contains a lot more dissolved minerals than say tap water or something like that. And that is beneficial because those minerals help fulfill some biological functions within the skin. They help create natural moisturizing factors, which, if you didn't know, natural moisturizing factors are different molecules within your skin that are basically essential for it to function at its optimum level. And these are ceramides, amino acids, sugars, urea, basically anything that helps hydrate the skin and make sure that the skin barrier is intact. And then you're going to see lychee, I'm going to read it, lychee chinensis pericarp extract. It's basically an antioxidant plant extract. And then there's tocopherol, which is vitamin E, which is essentially another antioxidant. And as for the texture of this, it's a watery toner. There's really, if I'm honest, there's nothing really special about it. There is maybe some really light skin conditioning, but nothing that would I'd lose my shit over. But it's a really basic toner. If you're looking for something that's kind of balancing, if I'm honest, the actives in this don't really justify. They do give you 8.4 ounces, which is a lot, and it's going to last you a long time, but it kind of feels like a toner full of nothing. I used it and it literally just felt like I put tap water on my face. So I'm not going to recommend it because I don't really think it's that great of a value. It's just 2 antioxidants and some seawater, and that's it. There's many more on the market that are more conditioning or more hydrating that are actually cheaper than this. So I'm not going to recommend this product. And now this next product we've seen everywhere. Everybody's already reviewed it. It is Cream Skin. And Cream Skin, they give you 5 ounces or 150 milliliters for $33. And this product also has a really short ingredient list. It has glycerin, which is a humectant you'll see in pretty much every other cosmetic product. It has meadow foam seed oil, and I think meadow foam seed oil is a really great choice because you'll see that most oils, they really have to be formulated with a lot of antioxidants because oils spoil very quickly and they're very volatile, which means they spoil really fast. Meadow foam seed oil is one that does not, and it actually improves the shelf life of other oils once it's mixed in. So I feel like that was a really great choice. It's non-fragrant. It's kind of like jojoba seed oil, and that's kind of close to the oils we produce naturally. And I think it's a really great addition to this toner. It also has propanediol, which once again is a humectant. It then has green tea extract and tocopherol or vitamin E, which are both antioxidants. Now the texture of this is kind of interesting. It's kind of like a milk. I mean, it is essentially just a milk, a really dilute milk. And once you put it on, you wouldn't expect it, but it does kind of leave this really emollient feel on it. I've seen a lot of people, when they review this, say like you can instantly feel the hydration. That's not necessarily what I felt with this, and I think that's why it's really important to clarify the difference between hydration and emollients. Because what this product is essentially is a very, very, very light emulsion. An emulsion is anything that is a mixture of oil and water and surfactants that help both of those things mix, because as we know, water and oil don't usually mix. And because it is a light emulsion, it does kind of have a higher concentration of oil than you'll see in other toners, and because of that, it does have a lot of emollient properties. And what an emollient does is, an emollient could be several things. It can be like a wax, it can be butters, and it can be an oil. And what they do that humectants don't is that they condition the skin and they provide some light occlusivity to keep moisture in. They also have fatty acids, amino acids, minerals, and other nutrients that help condition the skin. So it's really going to help kind of fill in fine lines and wrinkles. It's going to help hydrate the skin. It's going to help nourish the skin. And that's what you'll usually find creates softening of the skin. Whenever a product kind of claims to change the texture of your skin, it's usually emollients that are going to do that for you. And the difference between that and hydration is almost exclusively there to bring water to your face. So humectants are usually the cause of that. Something like glycerin, sodium hyaluronate, hyaluronic acid, polyglutamic acid, polysaccharides. Those are all humectants that are polar enough to attract water molecules, but are strong enough or big enough to not evaporate, which means they're great at holding on to water. So hydration is there to bring water to the skin and to hold it there. Emollients is there to condition and soften the skin. So what I experienced when I tried this was emollients. I didn't feel necessarily hydrated, but it did change the texture of my skin. And I think that's kind of the initial shock that people feel, because you normally wouldn't really expect it from a toner. But since this does have a really high concentration of oil, it does provide that. And it's partially why I think they marketed it as a toner slash moisturizer, because for those with oily skin, you could just get away with just using this because the oil does provide enough occlusivity without being too heavy. And initially when I saw this too, I was like, how am I supposed to incorporate this into my routine? Because having a toner slash moisturizer, you're kind of like skipping a step, you know what I mean? Because usually you'll do water-based products first, then oil or emulsions. So I was like, what if I use this as like a toner, but then want to put water-based serums? So basically I kind of stuck it in between, like, I'll do like a cleanser, then I'll do a humectant toner or essence, then I'll do serums, then I'll do cream skin, then I'll do a moisturizer. And I can afford doing that because I have really dry skin. But on my dry days where my skin's really just kind of fucked, it really does help with that emollient and occlusive property that helps condition the skin after being in cold weather or from moisture leaving my face due to something like heating. And it kind of lived up to the claims that were kind of perpetuated online, and I would highly recommend it for those with dry skin. For oily skin, it could replace your moisturizer, but I probably wouldn't recommend it. I think it'd be like a little too awkward. And honestly, when I put it on, it makes me shiny, which is what I know people with oily skin want to avoid. But for dry skin people, I would highly recommend it. Okay, I feel like this is another favorite that I've seen around, especially lately, and it's the water sleeping mask. And that is $25 for 2.3 ounces or 70 milliliters. Personally, I think it's a good deal, the 2.3 ounces for $25, because usually a lot of people charge $25 for a moisturizer that's 1.7 ounces. And you're getting this size a jar, and you don't really even need to use a lot. It's meant to be kind of a thin layer over the face, so it's gonna last a long time, so I think the price is pretty good for what they give you. Now this sleeping mask has a lot of actives, and I'm not gonna be able to remember all of them, so I'm gonna read them. First one is trehalose, and that's a humectant sugar that's going to act as like any other humectant. It also has sodium hyaluronate as another humectant. Sodium hyaluronate is good because it has a lower molecular weight, so it's going to be able to penetrate the skin better and really lock in that moisture in the deeper layers of the skin. It also has evening primrose root extract, which is an antioxidant extract. It also has apricot fruit extract, which is said to have some anti-inflammatory properties. It's also a fragrance ingredient. It also has beta-glucan, which is a humectant from oats. It's also supposed to have soothing properties. It also has quinoa seed extract, which I honestly couldn't find a lot of research backing up any of the claims that it's supposed to provide a lot of nutrients for the skin, so I kind of like passed over it. It's supposed to have fatty acids and amino acids, but once again, like, there's not a lot of research supporting that. There's then ascorbyl glucoside, which is a vitamin C derivative, which is essentially an antioxidant. I want to point out that a lot of the times when you see antioxidants in skincare, like, most people assume that it's there to help the skin fight off free radicals, which do damage to the skin from pollution from the air, from UV radiation. But a lot of the times antioxidants are there to help stabilize a formula. So something with a lot of oils or something with a lot of ingredients that are like plant extracts that spoil or expire, antioxidants will be added to help keep them fresh, keep them from spoiling. So just keep in mind that just because you see an antioxidant in there doesn't necessarily mean you're going to see the benefits of them, because they might be working just to stabilize the formula. And now a lot of the ingredients, they kind of group together to talk about them like a system of ingredients under one central name. So for instance, one of them is called Sleep Tox, and that's trademarked. And it says it helps calm skin from damage and external stressors that the skin suffers during the day. Infused with antioxidant-rich Hunza apricot and evening primrose to work overnight to help reduce the look of fatigued skin. Whenever I see like ingredient systems like this that are trademarked, I'm kind of like, okay, like I saw it a lot in the Inky List and stuff like that, and a lot of these ingredients like that are like patented by specific labs and stuff like that. But when I see something like this, like essentially the system is apricot and evening primrose extract, and they're basically just antioxidants. So like when you see like something that's trademarked, I wouldn't like lose my shit over it immediately. It might just be like a marketing tactic. They also say it has hydroionized mineral water. It doesn't say like seawater in there or anything, but it's mineralized water. And they do that through the introduction of zinc, manganese, magnesium, sodium, calcium, and potassium. They say it helps penetrate quicker and deeper into the skin and provides natural moisturizing factors. So what a lot of these minerals do is they help bind different molecules and create and help different molecules proliferate. And they can also, they're basically like precursors to a lot of natural moisturizing factors. That's why they say it helps bring those to the skin. And then we have another trademarked name called the Moisture Wrap, which is an exclusive technology that features a mineral network of moisture-rich beta-glucan to form an 8-hour time-release moisture layer over the skin. It locks in active ingredients and mineral water. I don't know what they mean by moisture-rich mineral network, because they talked about the ionized water, which has a lot of minerals in it. I think it's important to say that this has actually a lot of silicones in it. It has dimethicone. It has some more volatile silicones in this, and that's what gives it its really like sleek and spreadable texture. That might be part of this matrix that they're talking about, because a lot of people talk about silicone, specifically dimethicone, as being too occlusive for the skin, but that's not necessarily the truth. Dimethicals kind of work, imagine like a crosshatch, or imagine like a chain link fence. Like they're kind of like that, and like with a chain link fence, if something's small enough, it can still go through the fence. You know what I mean? It's not like a wood fence where like there's barely any room to go in between. Don't think of it as like one singular layer. Imagine it almost like strings that are cross-hatched. That's what dimethicone is. It does allow penetration of things to go in and out of the skin. As for the texture of this, it's extremely light, which I was kind of disappointed with. I understand that for a sleeping mask, you want something light because you don't want it to get like all over your pillow. What I will say though is that even though it's light, my skin did feel really conditioned, and it felt really moisturized for an ample amount of time, and I woke up with pretty moisturized skin at that. My only problem was that on some nights where I was feeling really dry or I didn't stack enough humectants under it, I woke up with dry skin. So I feel like for people with dry skin, it might not be enough. It's also extremely fragrant, which I just remembered. Personally, I don't like the fragrance in it. I feel like it's a little too strong, especially for a sleeping mask. I found myself it's like a light floral scent. I felt myself smelling it kind of hours after, and as I established in other videos, if there's scent in a product, I want it gone within like almost after the application of it. And this one kind of lingered, which I really wasn't a fan of. So if you have really sensitive skin, I'd avoid this. A lot of their products actually have fragrance, which I hate saying because I feel like Laneige as a brand, they really focus on the experience, the ritual of putting on the skincare. I feel like that's why they put like a lot of filler ingredients like dimethicones, silicones, like texture enhancing ingredients and fragrance, because other than providing like nutrients and emollients, humectants to the skin, they also want you to enjoy the experience, but it kind of backfires sometimes because it feels like the focus is more so on that experience enhancing aspect of the products instead of like the actual conditioning, soothing aspects of it. And I feel like that's what this was for me. I know people with oily skin love this product. I know a lot of people actually like this product, but for me, if you have dry, sensitive skin, I'd avoid it at all costs. If you have oily and you're not sensitive, I'd say you probably like it. I think it's actually good value for the price of it and how much you get, but I'm not going to be repurchasing it. And now the next product. I say that to introduce like every product, but this one specifically, I talked so much shit about. This was before I had my channel, because I don't remember, but it's the lip sleeping mask. When I heard the category of lip sleeping masks, I was like, oh shit. Another thing for these brands to help stack a sale. Just another part in our routine that we need to add on top of lip balms. It seemed frivolous to me, like another product to add to our routine. But then I tried it, and Laneige came for my wig. Laneige left me bald. I'd never used a product before that conditioned my lips so heavily. True, like overnight, I'm talking like my skin on my lips, like I was bleeding, I was peeling them for like a whole week. I put this on the day after, like it never happened. I was like literally shook, and I'm still shook at like how much I love this product. So they give you 0.7 ounces or 20 grams, 20 milliliters, basically the same thing. And yeah, it's $20. Do I feel like that's a good price? I kind of do, and that's because you don't need a lot of this when you use it. Like, whenever I use it, I literally just coat like the very top part of my finger, and it spreads on my entire lip, and like obviously your lips in proportion to your face is a lot smaller of a surface area, so you really don't need any. So I feel like it's gonna last you a long time. So $20 for this formula and how well it works, I'd say it's very good. So it does actually have a long ingredient list. It has shea butter, which is a great all-around ingredient. It's a really emollient butter with fatty acids, vitamins A, C, and E, which are antioxidant. It also has candelia seed wax, which has been shown to be extremely emollient and moisturizing and skin conditioning as well. It also has mudu butter, which is fun to say. This is kind of where I get into my disappointments with this product. It has mica in it. I don't know why it has mica in it. And it really put a damper on my love for this product because of how well it works. I'm just gonna go through the rest of the ingredients real quick, just so I can keep talking about what I was. It has dimethicone in it, which is an inclusive, propionediol, which is a humectant. It has glycerin, which is another humectant, and then it has alcohol, but I just disregard that because you wouldn't know it had alcohol in it at all. It's not drying. And it has Lycium chinensis fruit extract, which is just an antioxidant. This is the berry flavor, so it has cranberry, strawberry, raspberry fruit extracts, which are antioxidants and fragrant ingredients. It has cloudberry seed extract, which is antioxidant, coffee seed extract, antioxidant. It once again has the quinoa. It has sodium hyaluronate and beta-glucan, which are both humectants, and then ascorbyl glucoside, which is the vitamin C derivative, which is another antioxidant. Now that that's out of the way, I have to reiterate that, like, I don't know if I can keep using this. I really wish I could. And unfortunately, I thought that the glowy balms would have a kind of a different formula, but unfortunately they have the same problematic ingredients in them. So if anybody has similar products, let me know, because I love this product so much, and I was going to buy a full size until I did the research for this video. I guess I'll continue with the texture of it. When you first look at it, it looks really waxy and like kind of like any other lip balm would be, kind of like hard, and then once you put it on, it kind of melts a little bit. This is more of like a creamy balm that provides adequate occlusivity, really great emollients, it conditions the skin very well, and just enough amount of humectants to bring hydration to the skin. Sometimes what I even do before I use it is like I'll put one of my humectant toners on my lips, and then I'll put that on top. So I essentially do like a mini routine for my lips, but I have to because my lips are so dry. I really wish I could recommend it. It would probably be one of the products I'd say hands down to try if it was not for those ingredients. But I can't recommend it for that reason, and I'm not going to repurchase it. So once again, if you have any dupes or similar products without mica, let me know, because I'm into sleeping masks now. So yeah, that's going to be my Laneige review. I don't really know how I feel about Laneige, because some parts of it I love, some parts of it I hate. One part I love is that they are kind of innovative in that they do really kind of try to provide these products that are kind of not really present in the market. Like Cream Skin was kind of one of a kind. The lip sleeping mask was kind of one of a kind. I didn't really hear of a lip sleeping mask before I saw the Laneige's. So I feel like they were kind of a pioneer in that whole aspect of sleeping masks. But their downside is that I feel like they do focus a lot on the peripheral elements of the products, like the fragrance. Texture is important, but like going as far as like putting mica and stuff in it, just unnecessary stuff, it kind of ruins the whole thing, like ethically for me. And some other products just don't provide enough actives alongside the texture enhancement. So for a mid-range prices for these products, it almost doesn't seem like justifiable. So I'm kind of still teetering on whether I like the brand or not. But if there was one product I'd say you should probably try, I'd say the Cream Skin, hands down. It's fragrance free, it's a light emulsion, great for dry skin. It could even be great for combo or oily skin as well. Maybe if you don't kind of layer too many products, or maybe if you just do a cleanse and then put this on, you'll probably find that like all your needs are met. Yeah, I'd highly recommend Cream Skin if you can. And I hope you learned something from this video. I hope I provided something worth value. If you like this video, feel free to subscribe below and follow me on my Instagram at rickskin_, where I post texture shots, mini reviews, and updates for this channel. I mostly interact kind of one-on-one with people who watch me on Instagram, and I make most of my announcements on Instagram, so if you want to be caught up with those, I'd follow me there. And I hope you liked this video, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye bye.